Well, good morning, everybody. Happy Mother's Day, 2 days early. How about that? Happy Mother's Day, 2 days early. And I just want to shout out the moms on this morning because guess what? Guess what? It's Mother's Day this Sunday. And at New Life, it's going to be a whole weekend dedicated to them and all the women at New Life and in the community. So I want to invite you. There's a brunch tomorrow around 10, I think it is. And then, of course, the 8 and 10. And Lady Glenda is going to be ministering the word then. So just want to invite you to that. But it starts with this morning's manna. How about that? Masterpiece Mom. Masterpiece Mama. How about that? That's what we want to share on this morning. To all the moms out there, happy Mother's Day to you a couple of days early. Put what your plans are in the chat area. Put your plans in the chat area. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what is it that you planning to do or what is being planned for you. What is being planned for you? I just want to hear it. Let's shout it out. Let's put it on blast and just share all of the good things for this Mother's Day weekend. It's Masterpiece Mama. How about that? That's what we're going to talk about on this morning. You already know it's going to be the text to talk, the takeaway. Let's greet some folk. Good morning, Ella. How are you? Happy Mother's Day. Ramona, happy Mother's Day early. Vicky, happy Mother's Day early. Brenda, happy Mother's Day early. Vaughn, how are you? Happy Mother's Day early to all of you. Pamela, how are you on this morning? Laura, how are you? Carolyn, how are you? Elder Mobley, how are you? Bev, how are you on this morning? Gloria, how are you on this morning? Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out here. Happy Mother's Day, Verena. And let me just make sure that everyone is aware that everybody's heart isn't beating with a lot of joy. There are moms, specifically in our congregation, who have lost children. And it's a very difficult moment for them. So let's keep them in our prayers as well. Make sure we want to do that for real. Good morning, Gerald. How are you on this morning? Fawn, how are you on this morning? Brother Pope, how are you doing on this morning? Bev, how are you on this morning? Samara, how are you on this morning? Linda, have you wished your mother a happy Mother's Day yet? What are you doing for her? What are you doing for her? Good morning, Peggy. How are you on this morning? Happy Mother's Day to all of you. I want to just shout that out. That is Mother's Day weekend at New Life, and there's going to be a lot going on. And my mind, of course, goes to my mom. My mind goes to my mom, of course. I think of my mother on this weekend. In fact, there are not many days that go by that I don't have my mother on my mind. If I think about her prayers, her encouragement, and all. My mother was a super encourager. She was Barnabas for real. She really would encourage you. She had that spirit of really encouraging you. Good morning, Pasha. How are you on this morning? Good morning, Crystal. How are you on this morning? Brother Nesbitt, how are you doing on this morning? Excuse me. Yolanda, how are you on this morning? Joelle, how are you on this morning? Lenore says, good morning, Bishop. I will be at the brunch tomorrow and church on Sunday. Don't know what else we're going to be doing. Well, Gerald, you better come up with something, bro. You better come up with something. Yeah, you need to fill that blank space in for real. For real, you need to do that. Good morning, Lydia. How are you? Good morning, Coach Dagny. How are you on this morning? Pasha, how are you on this morning? To all the moms this morning, I want to just wish you an early happy Mother's Day. I want to wish you an early happy Mother's Day and want to invite you to what New Life is doing for moms and women. It's going to be a great speaker tomorrow, as well as on Sunday, just a whole weekend dedicated to moms on this weekend. So I want to talk about the masterpiece mama, the masterpiece mama. When I think of Mother's Day, of course, I think of my mother. When I think of Mother's Day, I think of all of the things that she brought into my life and the encouragement that she had. All 6 degrees that I have, 5 of them really attribute it to my mother and to my father, of course. Because my mother loved education. She would be falling asleep on her bed with books that she would read. And she didn't finish college. She finished high school after she had many of her children, 11 of us. So I think of her. When I think of a masterpiece, I don't only think of her, I think of all of the moms that are online with me right now. So let me give you the text to talk, the takeaway. The text, of course, is Proverbs 31:28. Her children arise and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. This Mother's Day, how about just pause and praise the masterpiece that God did when he formed women out of the womb of Adam, went into the rib, pulled it out. And as a result, woman or womb or woman or wow, however you want to put it, a complete masterpiece. I want you to get this, that in Proverbs 31, it isn't a checklist that we're looking at. It's a poetic praise of a masterpiece of a woman who does all of the things that is needed to uphold her family. You know, we live in a world today that often overlooks the work of women, but God sees everything you've ever done: your prayers, your cooking, even your worrying, your worship, your kind gestures, the things that matter the most. Absent moms, where would we be? Moms join hands with God in creation. Moms, you're the only ones that can say that. You join hands with God in creation. When God created you, it's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. Now, there are so many things that are going on. There are men who are trying to be women. Can you believe that? I don't want the job of being a woman. Can I say that one more time? I do not want the job of being a woman. Too tough. Too tough. So I'm not about to take any drugs to transform my hormones so that I might grow breasts and lose my genitalia. A little graphic, but let me just get down to it. When God made you, God is not interested in having that reproduce in some laboratory or some transformation of somebody taking drugs. It cannot be done. You are a masterpiece. I'm not talking about a painting. I'm talking about the master. God himself formed you and made you. Think about it. Think about it. We don't have the same description that we have for you that men were created. Mm-mm. The Bible is very, very clear. God was intricately involved, engaged in creating you for a reason. For a reason. So I want to just applaud you for being God's masterpiece. I want to give you three things that I hope that are just a part of all of the things that you will receive this weekend to celebrate who you are. One, you're covered in grace. You're covered in grace. Motherhood is not perfection, it's presence. Yeah, you made some mistakes. We all have. And you've not been perfect. Okay. let it go. But the bottom line is this: you've covered in grace. So don't be guilty or feel any guilt about any mistakes that you've made along the way. Second thing, you carry power in your prayers. The travailing women, the travailing women. You showed up at the tomb when the men were hiding. You carried the first message of the gospel to the scared men. Your prayers. Jesus said this about you. He says that just like a woman who goes through pain, but at birth it transforms to all kinds of joy. That's how you travail, and you bring joy into the world with your travailing prayers. You're covered in grace, so don't be guilty or feel that way. You carry power in your prayers. And here is the third thing I want you to get: you reflect God's image. God says, let us, and then he created you. And when Adam saw you, that's when he said, whoa, wow, whoa, man, you doubled up. Everything that I have, you have, but it's better. So this weekend, as you take in all of the celebration, and in particular for moms whose hearts are broken by the loss of a child or a mistake you made and you're still trying to get over it, understand you're still God's masterpiece. And without you, come on, without you, let me say it a third time. Without you, none of us would be here. Happy Mother's Day. Masterpiece Mama, enjoy yourself this weekend. The Lord be with you. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. I'll see you Monday morning with more Morning Manna. God bless you.